Hey, thanks for tuning in. This is part 3 of the 1989 KX80, and thank you for watching. Right, so this is the 89 KX80 engine. I took the shorter wrong crank out of it, put the, what I hope is the proper crank in, and so this is the stator or whatever this is called that I damaged with the flywheel because the crank was too short. And here's a replacement one that I got, which is a little dirtier, but it should be okay. Alright, so this, the shift drum adapter plate or whatever it is 17 foot-pounds. So that's on there. This 8mm, I just snugged it. And this roller is what helps it go into gear. Not sure what it's called. Okay. Alright, so now it should actually shift. It's in neutral right now. So I can hold the output shaft and spin that. So that's good. I've already went through the gears before I put it together. It should be fine. I guess I could probably do it again. Okay, so like I said, it's in neutral, so there's a little, if you don't know how this works, so there's a dimple in this tooth thing that's attached to the shift drum. And for each of those little indents is one of the gears. So there's 6 gears, and that dimple between these two, as you can see, all the other ones have a rounded edge. That one has a cutout in it for the roller. That's because that's neutral. So you shift down here, that's first, and then it's second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. So I'll just kind of simulate the engine turning. So it's in neutral. I can turn the output shaft. Downshift 1, that's first. Then up, straight up, that's second. Third. So you can see it didn't go all the way in, but this spring puts tension on this roller to push it down. So as you turn the output shaft, boom, that'll go into gear. So that's third. That should be fourth. Same thing, helped it go in. Fifth. You can see how it's in between. So those little dog tooth things have to line up. Shouldn't take that long, but you would be going that pretty fast. So that's fourth. So now it's in fifth, and then final gear. Back in fifth. Okay. There it is, right in sixth. Okay. So anyway, when the engine's spinning, these are spinning really fast, so it just takes a moment for it to sync up. Yeah, there's those gears where like there's an oval in one gear and a oval pin on the other gear, and they go together, and it just has to wait for the pin to line up with the hole, and then it goes in. And that spring is what causes it to downshift into it. So that's it. That's all the way. Can't go any further. So then that's 6. So that's 5th. Back in 6. 5th. 4th. 3rd. 2nd. Neutral. Come on. 1st. 2nd. Neutral. Okay. Anyway, enough with that. So I'll start putting this together. Alright, so I already put the shift shaft back in it. This is the kickstart, I think idler gear, I think it's called. Okay. And the kickstart gear itself. You can seat the spring. Oh, okay. Yeah, this bushing has a notch in it, and that goes where the spring is inserted into this shaft. You have to line it up and press it in there. Otherwise, you won't be able to get the clutch cover on. Alright, so that's in there. Alright, so now we have this little gear here, which drives the water pump. And then the primary gear. And there's no orientation to it. Now the C-clip I destroyed while I was pressing the case back together. And I know I have a tendency to wreck those because my puller's probably not the right one. So I thought I had some. I had one used one. Luckily I used that, and then I destroyed that. And so I just ordered a bunch of those. So I can't put that on until that comes in. But I can put the clutch in. And I also, the clutch is probably fine, but I did buy a clutch kit for it. Springs and everything, okay. So I can put that together. Alright, so see all the way that has to mesh with the kickstart idler. Then there's this thrush washer, which goes right there. Two of those. So then I have the clutch back here. I'm not sure why I ordered a clutch for this. I'll take it apart and see if it's any good. Okay, so these have these little rings. Let's see if this kit has those. So there's only a ring on the top one. Don't know what that does. And these are rusty, but I could have just cleaned them off and used this, no problem. I'm sure this would have been fine. Then again, if you're going to sell it with rebuilt engine, you know, new bottom end, new top end, why not just spend whatever it was, 60, 70 bucks on a clutch kit? So you can say it has a new clutch. Alright, well, this looks fine. Maybe I should do it this way. Yeah. Okay, I'll do it this way. So in the reverse order, there is one special clutch plate. It is smaller. It seems to have that spring behind it. Oh yeah, that was kind of a pain in the ass. It's a matter of just getting the splines that this inserts into the steel plate splines, and then the inside of it, it's toothed to go onto the input shaft. So you have to get all that lined up. So I'll just get that started. And then I have to get this torqued, and that's usually some kind of a pain in the ass. Okay, so I've got my penny here. Put my penny in between the primary gear. And these go to 82 inch-pounds. Let me start lower. 50, 55. One. Good, close enough. All right. Just put a little bit of pressure on that bolt. This is supposed to be 58. This is, so I'll start at 36. Okay. Gonna be here all day. 42. I don't know if my penny is going to take the load. So what was that? 42, 46. $50. 52. 54. 56. 58. Okay, good. So that one's done, and while I'm at it, I'll tighten the flywheel bolt over here. Let me go find out what it is. Yeah, so they want 22 on this, 22 foot-pounds. This is 15. Okay. $19. 22. There's my penny. Okay. Good. All right, so there's to put the sprocket on, so there's an O-ring that goes behind the output shaft. keeps it, that butts up against this spacer, and that just keeps the oil from coming out. The sprocket seems like it's in okay shape. Make sure I got that O-ring back there, which I think I do. Alright, so that critical step which I missed on the KX65 that caused me to lock up the engine, ruin the piston cylinder, and get wipe out and get scars all over my body. Or scabs anyway. Piston ring end gap. The minimum is 0.15 millimeter. Yeah, my eyes are not that great. I can't really tell. Yeah, okay, so that's 0.15. The maximum is 0.35 millimeter, which I had here a second ago. 0.35. So this should not go in. It in fact does not go in, okay? So 0.15. About 0.23. Just probably if I push it in. Okay, so that one's good. I would expect this one to be the exact same because they're the same ring. It's in there, barely. So it's got at least that. 0.23. 0.35 is the max. And no. Okay, so ring in gap is good. Okay, that's fine. So now I have to put these studs back in. So this cylinder's been replated. I had it sent out, or I sent it out to Power Seal USA. I've had them do like 10 different cylinders. They're awesome. You just mail it to them. If you need a board, they'll bore it. If there's something wrong with it, like maybe it needs to be welded because there was a whack in it or a deep scratch, something like that, they weld it. It's not super cheap. It's like, it's a couple $100. Probably by the time you get done with shipping back and forth, it's like $300. If they weld it, it's another 75. I think it's like 2 something. Almost everyone I send them, they say they need to weld something. I don't really ask any questions. I just say, okay. All right. Just checking that there's plenty of room to get the nut on there. Yep. And I have new nuts. For some reason I bought an engine bolt kit. I don't know why, but I spent a bunch of money on this. I have it all recorded somewhere, and I will share that, how much I spent. Alright, so I gotta put the 1, 2, 3, 4 other studs in there. Yeah, the rings don't have any first or second ring on these Wiseco 2-stroke rings, and it says you can install them up or down, doesn't matter. There's no right side up, but there is a letter, so I'm going to point that up anyway. So you can see on these 2-stroke Wiseco pistons, I think it's all the 2 strokes, but I'm not 100% sure. They have these stops, so the pin can only be in one orientation. There is an arrow. The arrow points forward. I put one of the C-clips in for the piston pin already, so I only have to put in one. See how it looks like it's off center. Yeah, that's correct. Alright, so like that. And then my needle bearing for the top. Okay. Arrow goes forward. Okay, get the pin in there. So let's see, is this going to be a pain in the ass or one of those ones that goes right in? Come on, get in there. It is. Okay. To make sure it's fully seated, I just push on the end to see if it spins around easily. Okay, so that's done. All right, so let's put the cylinder on. Right. Right? Excess oil there. Okay. All right. So now there's 4 nuts that go on the bottom here. I gotta put those on. I gotta find the torque spec for them. I don't think you can get the torque wrench on there. Yeah, unfortunately I can't get the torque wrench properly on the nuts in the back. I can almost get that one on there. That one I can't get. I think the front ones are accessible. So they want 18 foot-pounds. So that's 10. And I'll just kind of use the force. And then 15. And 18. Yeah, I think that's good. Okay. All right, so that leaves me with, put the side cover on. I think I'll leave that off because it's easier to install the engine without that flywheel cover on there. And so I can do the, finish up the top end. Okay. Up. There. Put a little motor oil on the threads so they don't bind. And same thing, 18 foot-pounds. This will start at 10. Okay, 18. Alright. Put this in. Reed valve thing. And it comes with new, the bulk kit came with new screws for the cooling, the liquid cooling. I think this one's for bleeding the air out of it, I think. And then there's one on the side that is, and a new washer, which it came with, kit. The drain is here. Okay. Alright, so I'm waiting on that C-clip. I'm waiting on the two dowels. Thought I had a bunch of those, I don't. And then so I can button that up and then it's ready to go in. Okay, so that will sit around for a little bit. And I think I'm done for the day. Okay, it's been a few days and I got my C-clips in. Bought a bunch of them. There we go. Okay, so I think I am ready to put, did I torque these? I think I gotta go, I think I have to torque these. Did I torque that? I think I did. Alright, so let's assemble this clutch cover. That piece is already in there. So we have to put the new seal. Oh, I already put a new seal? That looks new. It's got red grease on it like I've been in here. I don't know that that seal is new. But it looks just like this one, which is the replacement. This bolt I can replace. Must be like that. Because if you go the other way, then it runs into the input shaft. So that's no good. It must be like this. So it sits out like that. Alright. That was good. Idiot. Yeah, I'm convinced that I've replaced that seal and bearing, and there's that special grease in there. So I'm going to use this method of greasing the clutch cover gasket, which seems to work fairly well. And if you don't use sealer, if you use sealer, then you have to take the clutch cover off again. then of course you ruin the gasket. If you do it with nothing, it usually leaks. In my experience with the Kawasaki 80s and 60s. But this usually works. I think I had one where it didn't work and I took it back off, cleaned it off, and used the sealer. Let's do like the first, the kind of bottom part of it. So I got the water pump shaft here. Has to go through the seal. I put a little grease on here. Put some grease on the Kickstarter seal. It's all set. Famous last words. Oh, does the washer go on top or behind it? Ugh. And the washer goes behind it. Ugh, dumbass. All right, 73 inch-pounds. So I'll start at 40. And it's turning the engine over, so what do? What did I do last time? I think I put something plastic up in here to stop it from turning. That's 40. $50. 60. 65. 68. 73. Whew, okay. $75. Okay, good. I think that's it. So I can go find the bike and put it together. I don't think I'll be doing that today. So on all these 80s, the rear bolt goes through the engine mount in the back. You can see the one mount there, one mount down here, mount down here, and if this was the correct engine for this bike, that mount would go somewhere, but it doesn't. Not on not on this frame. Anyway, so that's going to go up there. Probably put a little tape on there. Okay, I'll put the rest of the bolts in. I'll come back if there's anything interesting. Got the flexion. That's it. Well, it took me a while to find a silencer that fit this 89. This one is the one that I had on there, and it just didn't fit at all. It's for a different bike. Actually, it wasn't that one. This one. This one and this one are the same. This is probably for a 125. Don't know what it's doing here. This, I think, was on a KX80. This, I don't know where that came from. 92 KX80? I doubt it. Who knows? Maybe this is the stock one. Ah, yeah, that's probably the stock one for a 92. Okay, so this will fit on there now. Hello? Yes, like that. Okay. Alright, so we got the 89 KX80. It's all together. I put water in the radiator. I put oil in it. It's not leaking yet. Put gas in it. It's also not leaking. So let's see. Oh, come on. really want to ride it on the road because of what happened. Was it last year or the year before when I wiped out on the KX60? Seems to run all right. The low end was boggy, but you could hear when it cleared out. The power was all right there. I was hesitant to get on it. I don't want to annoy my neighbors. Maybe I'll go in the backyard. I don't know. I'll think about what to do. Anyway, seems to run. Yeah, so 1989 KX80. I rode it once. That was about 3 months ago in the video. I drove it up and down the street, and I drove it around the backyard for 3 minutes. Whatever. I didn't want to piss off my neighbors. I have to get it back out of it's in my basement. I have to get it out of my basement and start it back up and ride it and break it in, and then I'm going to sell it. What's the point of doing all that work? I probably have over $2,000 invested in it. I don't know, it's a complete waste of money. It kind of goes along with the channel. But whatever. So that's another one saved, and hopefully someone will buy it from me and enjoy it, because I don't really have any use for it because I'm old and I don't really want to ride two-stroke dirt bikes. Which begs the question, why do I keep buying them? Alright, so thanks for watching. See you later.